Bleach is going to hell, and I cannot stress how much it means for this series going forward. And before we continue, be sure to like and subscribe because, it keeps the channel alive and it allows me to continue to make more content such as this. But anyway, Bleach is continuing, and this is just amazing, especially since we're getting more world building and a lot more things in the story are beginning to become full circle, and it's giving us new questions alongside answers to the plot that we've been wondering about for ages. Hell is a concept in Bleach that has been shown time and time again, and it even makes an appearance in the very beginning sections of the manga. And to finally see this element of the story come back and begin to play a major role in the plot is nothing other than satisfying. Really, the big ass door that killed the Hollow in the very beginning of the manga is finally being explained. And with a bit of a glimpse, and a mention of Hell, give it 600 chapters later, we finally get to see Hell itself in the upcoming arc of Bleach. Now, why is this a big deal, and why should you, of all people, care? Well, you see, this upcoming arc might just be the finale that some Bleach fans were waiting for. Because not only is this going to reinvent what already happened in Bleach, but also reinvent the entire manga itself. Because with Hell, and having an entire arc focusing on it, improves on the world building and allows us to have characters who may or may not have had the best character development finally fill in their blanks. And even then, it's more Bleach, so I'm sure Bleach fans are going to be super happy. Regardless. But nonetheless, this arc is becoming one of the most interesting aspects about this manga. Not only does this Hell arc have the potential to be the darkest arc in Bleach, and with the one chapter that we have leading into the rest of this arc, we have a lot to walk away with. It is obviously no secret that there are some Buddhist ties in Bleach, and this symbolism appears in Ichigo's sword, and also Tite Kubo mentioned a Buddhist influence in a past interview with the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, with Ichigo's sword hilt resembling the Buddhist swastika, which is a symbol of good fortune. And while mentioning what I said before about an interview with the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, Kubo states, "I love incorporating Buddhist concepts as well, so I was pleasantly surprised to find someone else covering obscure topics like death paintings." And a reference to this similar subject in Buddhism would be the rings on Tosen's Bankai. And now you're possibly thinking, what does this have to do with the Hell arc? Well, this has everything to do with the Hell arc because this shows that Buddhist concepts might actually be taken into consideration with the developments of this Hell arc. For better or for worse, we could see Kubo's interpretation of a Buddhist hell appear in Bleach. For instance, when Sazai Poro reintroduces himself for this arc, he looks different, as if that wasn't already obvious. However, his appearance says a lot. When we take a look at Sazai Poro, we can immediately notice that he has a big circle right behind his head, and some new tattoos that resemble chains. And believe it or not, these changes in appearance have a meaning. The circle behind Sazai Poro is a halo. And because Sazai Poro has this halo, this inevitably means that he obtained enlightenment while he was in Hell. And to open your eyes a little bit more to this concept, if we take another look at Sazai Poro's appearance, he's wearing half of a Buddhist monk's robes. And this leads me to believe that the Hell in Bleach is definitely a Buddhist one. And through enlightenment, all of Sazai Poro's frustration, anxiety, and fear are all replaced by peace and joy. And this has me extremely interested in what Kubo has to say about Buddhism and Hell as a whole. Because through enlightenment, if your pain and suffering is being replaced by happiness and bliss, then with Sazayel's hate and suffering pouring out of his brain like tears, this would inevitably mean that hell would have gave him total satisfaction and happiness. Essentially, hell could actually be heaven. Or at least the idea of what we want heaven to be. When we think of heaven, we think of pleasantries and happiness. And through Sazayel Poro's pain, he is able to obtain that happiness or that idea of heaven that most humans would want. Things that everyone was led to believe would be the opposite, and this would be a nice fitting plot twist for the rest of the story. Now, when we take a look at the tattoos on Sazayel Poro's face, we see the images of chains. These chains are on Sazayel Poro's body because he is bound to hell. And I could see these tattoos disappearing once any individual is free from the chains of hell itself. And with these concepts being hinted at from the very beginning of the manga, where we originally saw hell get unveiled, only to see it now near the end of the manga, will give Bleach the opportunity to have a proper conclusion. The chains that we are seeing from the beginning and now are a symbol of regrets that are anchoring people to hell. We would most likely see the regrets of the captains and get more of their characters in this arc. And I ultimately believe that we would be seeing the sides of the characters that we love, only to make us question how much we really knew them.